Hello, my name is Belinda Carpenter, and this is my persuasive speech, and it will be over distracted driving. How many of you have ever fidgeted with anything in your car, checked an email or a text message, or talked to a passenger in your vehicle? Well, I'm here to tell you that by doing any of the mentioned, you are putting yourself at a high risk for being involved in a serious car accident, which could possibly lead to death. For example, a survey conducted by the AAA Association revealed that 94% of the population agreed that texting and driving is unacceptable, and an estimated 87% supported laws against it. But about a third of them said that they had broken those same rules they were against the very previous month. This attitude pertaining toward the laws is preventing us from having safety on our roads. We expect everyone to follow these laws, but maybe if we started fixing our own problems with distractions on the road, we could get a long way. I'm going to discuss the three main types of distracted driving. These are visual, manual, and cognitive. Visual distractions occur when you take your eyes off of the road. Manual distractions occur when you take your hands physically off of the steering wheel. And cognitive is when your mind isn't really where it's supposed to be when you're driving. You're just not thinking about driving and safety that needs to be going on while driving. The most common distractions reported were eating, talking to passengers, using a mobile device, and grooming oneself while driving. Approximately 50% of our driving is considered to be distracted driving. The most dangerous thing a person can do behind the wheel is text. This is because texting distracts you in all three departments. Texting while driving at 55 miles an hour is compared to driving blind the length of a football field. Throw in the unpredictability of the driver on the other side of the road, and you have a disaster waiting to happen. You may be thinking, well, it's not as bad as drinking and driving. Well, I'm here to tell you that yes, it is. Using a mobile device, whether it's handheld or hands-free, delays a driver's reactions as much as being over the legal limit would. Drivers under the age of 20 have the highest rates of distracted driving all over the country. Studies found that teens driving during their first few months without parental supervision are 50% more likely to get into an accident than those with a year of experience. Many states in the United States and the U.S. have already taken steps forward in finding ways to bar teens from using cell phones and many electronic devices while driving. In Iowa, for example, the DOT has made it illegal for any driver to text and use a mobile device. It is also illegal for teens to use any sort of iPod or answer phone calls while driving. That's pertaining to anybody that's under the age of 18. And anybody else can answer phone calls. It's just they don't want any texting going on. Now that we have talked about the dangers of distracted driving, here are some tips to help you from becoming distracted while operating your vehicle. First off, plan ahead. This means look at a map, memorize where you're going, maybe write it down ahead of time, and just figure out where you need to go so you're not lost and making any sudden turns or things that weren't planned. Second, put your cell phone away and turn it off so you are not tempted to use it while driving. I know there's been times when I've been driving and I've had my cell phone go off and I've been tempted to, reach over and check the text message to make sure it wasn't something going on with my family or something. That's just an excuse. We don't need to be doing that. Prepare your passengers for the trip so they interrupt you as little as possible. And that means if you have like little kids or pets, make them use the bathroom beforehand, or give them. There's plenty of like iPods or electronic equipment, movies even that vehicles are equipped with nowadays that you can have it so they just are distracted and aren't distracting you while driving. Store anything loose in a place where it won't roll around. I know there's been times when I've been driving on the road and I've had my car is not the cleanest place in the world, but I've had like a pop can be rolling underneath my seat when I'm driving, and I'm It's annoying, so I'm tempted to pick it up and take it out from underneath there. But that's really not a good idea because you could get in a car accident. You just take your eyes off the road for a couple seconds and that could be it. Get your car ready ahead of time. And for me, that would be adjusting the seat, fixing the heat, that kind of stuff. I'm pretty short, so I always have to mess with the mirrors and stuff, but it's better to do it all at once before you start driving down the road and start doing all this at the same time. It's not safe. And get ready for the day before you get into your car, because your car is not a dressing room. It is not safe for you to be putting on clothes or putting on makeup. I've seen people driving down the road, and it's amazing the kind of stuff that humans can do while driving down the road. And the most important thing is to keep your brain focused on driving and only driving. We need to take into account that there are other people on the road, and we need to be secure and prepared for anything that could happen at any moment. There's plenty of stories that you hear nowadays where people weren't paying attention to the road or were texting and driving and they get killed in an accident. And it's just sad to hear. So hopefully you understood my speech and I learned something from it. And thanks for watching.